because you know that's what we do around here. Hey guys, welcome. Thanks for joining me for this heart project. I don't know what to call it yet, so I don't know how I'm going to name the video or anything. But what I've done so far is I've gathered up what I want to put in my book that I want to alter. So get your book ready. That's the first thing. Decide if it's going to be a pre-made book or one you want to make, or a journal or something like that. And then I took everything that I wanted to actually alter to put in the book. And so what we're going to do is create 29 pieces to go inside. I was going to make 28 and make this 29 since it is a leap year. I may still do that, but I've got 29 pieces in here. And I'll show you how I've done it. So I'm going to count this as 1. This is 2. I'm going to use the label that came on the book here. This is what came on the outside of the book. So I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and once that's all done, then we'll decorate our book. We're going to get started with our first page, and what I want to do first is decorate one of these, one side. And I'm just kind of in the mood to paint a painty heart just to get started. And I'm not going to actually build the book until the very end. Okay, so I'm just going to create each individual piece, and then at the end we'll put the book all together. First thing I'm going to do is put a coat of gesso down on my chipboard here, and that's just to give me a base coat so that when I go to put my paint down, it will not soak into the chipboard and just makes the paint easier to move around. And I'm just using Liquitex gesso. So I'm going to put down one coat, then I'm going to dry it, and then I'm going to come back and put down a second coat. And when I put down my second coat, I will probably add another color into the mix because I don't want the background to be just white. Okay, so let me get this first coat down, and then when I start my second coat, I'll come back and I'll explain what I'm going to do. All right, I've got my first coat of gesso down. And you know me, it's dryish, not completely dry. And I dried both sides just so that it would stop bowing so much. When you're drying the top, it starts to bow. I dried the back and it helped bring it back into line. It's still not perfectly flat yet, but at the end I'll sit something on top of it and it'll be flat when it's completely dry. Right now it's still moist in the center. So what I'm going to do now is take another coat of gesso and I'm going to put that on here. But I'm also going to throw in some spa blue. You know I had to use my spa blue, right? Nothing's changed since the last time I threw up a video. So I'm going to throw this down, and I want the brush strokes. I don't want it nice and smooth and neat and tidy and perfect. So I'm just going to wipe this across, and whatever happens, happens. And the back's already getting messy, but that's okay. We're going to be doing the back later. So put down your next coat of whatever color you want, blend colors if you want. Okay, so you can see there's a little bit of the chipboard still showing through, so I'll kind of go over that a little bit. But I have a very messy looking background, not smooth, not even. It just has little brush strokes. I don't know. There you go. I think you can see that. So that's what I'm working with, and I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to dry this, and then we'll come back and do the next step. In the meantime, I have all this extra paint on my brush, and so I've started a new book here that I'm working in where I throw extra paint, and I'm just going to put this in here because I want to create this book sometime in the near future. Actually, I did start in it already. I've got one page done. There. Alright, I've got my board fairly dry. My brush is still sitting here. It's not been cleaned. I may use it, but I'm thinking of using my fingers. I've got a piece of book paper here. Got some excess paint thrown on it already, but that's okay. And I want to take some orange. I don't know how I'm going to like this, but we're going to try it. I'm just going to put a little out here so I can reach it with my finger easily. And I want some pink out. And I'm just going to start trying to form a heart shape with my fingers. I like wonky, so it's not a perfect heart. That's fine with me. And then I'm going to throw in some pink. And if we mess this up, we'll just get another book paper and we'll start over. And this is not going to be the actual shape I'm using. I'm going to cut it out to suit me. So I'm making it a little bit big and wide there. So we'll see how much we use when we get done. I've got this other color here. It's sort of a violet color. I'm going to use that somewhere on this page. And I also think I want to use my what's it called? Razzleberry. Okay, got a messy heart there. I'm going to dry this and see if I want to add any more to it, and then I'll be right back. Okay, let's cut out a heart. This is free-handed. Start large. You can always change it. Let's bring our page back over. Let's find a little spot for it and decide if we want to add more to it. Could use that. We won't though. All right. I think what I want to do now is write on my heart with my white Sharpie paint pen. I'm just going to write some words that I like around the heart. Okay, love that. I'm going to try tearing some of this book paper apart that I just cut my heart from and see if I want some of that on my page. I'm going to glue these down on my page here, and I'm going to use Liquitex Matte Medium. You can just glue it down if you want to. This has some paint left in the brush, but I use it for my gesso and things like that, so I'm just going to use this brush, even though it's not clean. And I'm going to glue it down. And I'm going to glue the heart down as well, because I want to get the heart on there so I can just start deciding what I want to do with the rest of the page. Because at this point, I'm just not sure. All right, I'm going to dry this and then I'll be back. All right, that's pretty dry. I trimmed off the edges if there's any paper hanging over that you don't want. I left this little guy hanging here because I like it. And we kind of smudged our heart up because the paintbrush I was using to put the matte medium on still had white paint in it, and I told you that before I did it, so it wasn't like a big surprise. And I wasn't thrilled with the heart anyway, so it's okay. I'm going to take some gesso and I'm going to scrape it across my page here and push back everything I just put on just a little bit. Loving that already, liking it much better. And I'm going to give this a dry and then we'll come back. Okay, I'm going to take a brush this time and bring back this razzleberry because I really like that color. And I'm going to brush it in here over my heart and maybe all the areas, I'm not sure yet. Just kind of following the line of the heart, not worrying about whether or not I stay perfectly in line or not. Because I, like I said, like funky, so if it doesn't look great and perfect, I probably will love it. Now I want to bring in a little bit of this peach color. It's not as dark and orange. No, I don't want that color. I don't think. Let's try. Maybe a little bit. Just a little. It's kind of blending in, so it's disappearing. So it's not a big deal. A little bit of pink and we're going to bring back the dark orange too. I'm just playing, alternating colors until I come up with something that I really like. Okay, I really like that, so I'm going to stop, get rid of this excess paint, dry it, and then evaluate. I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to go around my heart in a sketchy heart shape and see if I like it. And if I like it, then I'm going to use my Posca pen, my black Posca pen, and do it around the heart. But I'm not sure if I like it yet, if that's what I want yet, so we're just going to practice it with a pencil. I can either erase it or I can just leave the pencil lines, which I love the pencil lines. So, and I do love that, so we're just going to do it. We're just going to go in, jump in, and do it. And do some little scribblies in here once in a while. I love that. A little pencil writing up here. I need to bring some white Posca pen back in. All right, so I'm going to dry this a little bit and I'll be right back. I've got some black paint on my mat. This is very liquidy. It came this way in the bottle. So I use it when I want to have drippage or something very light. And if you don't have anything like that, you can water down some regular black paint. Just spritz a little water in it, make it the consistency you want, and there you go. So what I want to do with this paint here is, I'm probably going to screw this up, but we're going to try it anyway because, you know, that's what we do around here. We try, and if we mess it up, we keep going. So I'm just going to dab my card in there. I want to add some more black in through here and see if I like it. I actually do. So far so good. I want any in the heart. Yes, I do. Good thing. All right. So that's good for there. We're going to stop on that. I've got all this extra left. I'll probably scoop it up and put it back in my bottle or put it on a page to be used later. I want to bring this violet back in because I really like it. And so I'm taking the book pages that we cut up, and I saved the scraps, and I'm going to just make some circles on here. All right, so I'm going to dry this and then I'll cut these circles out. Okay, I have my little circles cut out. I want to take a little gesso and put it out on my mat here because I want to take my card like I did with the black paint, and I want to go over the black paint areas with my card with white paint just to add a little something to it. All right, and then I'm going to dry this, but before I put my circles on, I want to put this book page scrap on. This side is painted up, this side is not. I'm going to put the one that's not down. It's got a straight edge. I don't usually do straight edges very much, but I like this. I'm going to put it right there. Okay, so I'm going to dry this and then glue this down, and then we'll deal with our circles. All right, we've got our page almost done. We have our circles to deal with. You know those circles we painted? We're not going to use that side. We're going to use this side. I know. I just didn't want to use that side. So what I want to do is I'm going to cluster them here on my heart. Just kind of glue a little cluster right in there. That's what I'm going to do. Just glue those down. So I'll be right back after I've done that. Okay, I really like that so far. Just a little cutesy, painty heart. All right, so what I want to do now is I want to go around my heart. I'm going to try this, what's it called? Uniball Signo pen around my heart. I don't know if it'll do well on this or not. I may have to revert over to my Sharpie, but I'm going to try this pen and see. Hopefully I won't ruin it because I really like this pen. No, it's not going to work. Let's go with the poster paint pen. Actually, I want a thinner, let's try our China marker. I like pencil-y looks, so that's okay. Maybe our mean streak. Let's try the mean streak. This is an office supply product. Sharpie Mean Streak. It dries permanent when you're done using it. It goes on a little waxy, so it's going to be kind of big actually. There we go. I wrote some words around the edge. Didn't matter what you say, can't read it anyway. I like that better. I dried this a little bit so that my mean streak would not be as oily, and it's pretty dry. And I kind of want to bring this, tone it down a little bit, so I thought I'd try my Distress ink, the walnut stain, and I don't know how I'm going to like it, so I'm going to try around the edges first and see what it does. And if I get brave, I will bring it onto the page. I'm getting a little braver, can you tell? And this is water soluble, so if I don't like it, I can move it around with my water a little bit. I want it a little grungier looking, kind of like that. Maybe that's good enough. I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to stop right there. Just stop. All right. Thanks for joining me for the first heart for our book. And I'll see you for the next video, which will be the second heart. All right. Have a great whatever it is. Bye-bye.